Welcome to Nakua Tech. Today we'll be diving deeper on what are AI agent fundamentals. I have done a lot of research online to actually learn for you the fundamentals and the basics of what are AI agents so that you don't have to do anything. You just have to watch this one video to understand everything about AI agents. So in this video, I'll be diving deeper to what is an AI agent, the difference between AI agent, AI assistant, and bots. And later on, what are the use cases of AI agents and what are the hierarchies of AI agents? And later, I will explain how you can build your workflows using tools like n8n, which is one of the best tools to build AI agent workflows. And I will even explain how I built mine for Telegram for customer care services. Without saying more, let's roll the intro. So my name is Prosper Ngala, this is Nakua Tech, and let's get started. So before we get into the more juicy stuff or go deeper into the video, first I would like to talk about what are AI agents to get the foundation of what it is so that you start understanding the differences and how to actually get to know and differentiate between what is a bot, what is an AI assistant, and what is actually an AI agent. So an AI agent are software system that use AI to pursue goals and complete tasks on behalf of users. So ideally, what AI agents are just software systems that uses different tools to pursue goals on behalf of a user. Now, there are a lot of confusion around what AI agents are, and sometimes people build chatbots and call them AI agents. Or sometimes I've seen people on YouTube especially talk about AI agents and they mean AI assistants. So let me show you this diagram below here. If I take an input here and it is passed in an LLM system here, and you just get an output, say like ChatGPT, maybe 3.5, that is technically chatbot. So this flow here, this is a chatbot. This is not an agent because it's not using tools. Now, if I extend this box to this level here, where you have input and an LLM system and an output that utilizes different tools, now what you have is an AI assistant, or maybe level 3 or level 2 an AI agent, but I would still call this an AI assistant. And why is that? This is because it is not utilizing memory. For something to be called an AI agent, it first have to be able to utilize an LLM input and to give out an output and to mix different use cases of tools and to utilize memory so that it is able to understand, it is able to give out better outputs. That's an AI agent, so that it is able to do the work and to have a recursive type of memory. So if you ever build something that's end up in here, that is just an AI assistant. Or if you build something that ends up here, that is probably a chatbot. Now, let me explain to call something an AI agent, what kind of features that it has to have. These guys are the AI agent fundamentals. And if you're going to watch to the end of this video, I will show you how I have built some of my AI agents that are working on Telegram. Some are working on for Gmail purposes, for customer care purposes. I'll show you how I built them, and you can see for yourself the difference between an AI agent, AI assistant, and a chatbot, because this is very important. You should never mix them. So let's see what kind of features actually an AI agent has. So an AI agent, according to, I did a lot of research on different on YouTube videos, different courses online. I went on Google courses, I did GitHubs, and a lot of different sources where I researched to come with this information. So to call someone something an AI agent, first it has to be able to observe event-driven triggers. it has to be able to observe things. The second, it has to be able to reason. The third, it has to be able to plan. And the fourth one is acting. And the fifth is memory. So you can see this hierarchy here, that the first one, you should be able to observe its events, to be able to have a trigger, a starting point that, okay, a user has sent a message. Now it should be able to reason what is the user actually referring or trying to come up with. And then it should be able to plan what are the next steps that I should take in order to achieve the goals that I want. And the fourth one, it should be able to use tools. But the last one, like I said, for an AI agent, it's memory. So these are very important stages for an AI agent. To call something an AI agent, it should at least be able to exhibit the following features. Now that we've seen the features, let's see what is actually the difference between AI agent, AI assistants, and bots, because I see a lot of confusion and I wanted just to clear the air on what these tools are and what this is. So for instance here, an AI agent, in terms of purpose, capability, and interaction. First, it has to be autonomous and proactive and perform tasks. While AI assistants assist users with tasks, both automatic, simple tasks, or conversations. See here, autonomously and proactive perform tasks. If it is triggered and you leave your AI agent system, it can actually, whenever the trigger is activated, it acts proactively to give a certain outcome, and it uses tools. Capabilities, AI agents can perform complex multi-step actions, learn and adapt, can make decisions independently, while AI assistants respond to requests or prompts, provides information and complete simple tasks, and recommend action, but the user makes decision. Now the huge difference here, you have to understand that AI agents can learn and adapt and can make decisions independently, while AI assistants mostly depend on the action of the user. There's always an input from the user to actually assist it to do the next step. Now that's an AI assistant, while a bot follows a predefined rules, limited learning, basic interaction. This is why back in the day we used to have those rule-based bots where if it's a yes, do this. If it's a no, maybe stop or do this. Now interaction, AI agents are proactive, goal-oriented. Because of a sequence that it follows, it will follow it until it achieves a certain outcome or goal, while AI assistants, they're reactive, respond to users' requests. Bots react, respond to triggers or commands. Now, for you to actually be better at building these AI agents, it's better that you understand the fundamentals from early, that what are actually the differences, because you don't want to go out there to a client and say you're going to build an AI agent and deliver maybe an AI assistant. So understanding this will actually save you a lot of time, and I thought I should include this part in my video so that you at least start to get the idea, because I want you to take you from being a totally beginner to actually at least an intermediate or expert level in terms of understanding AI agents, and then later I'll show you in a workflow how to build and how AI agent works for using tools like n8n. So now that we understand that, how do AI agent work? So AI agent, first of all, they need a persona. Second, I think this is this is expected. They have to have memory. The third is they need to have tools, and the fourth is model. So a persona here, this is what defines the AI agent. It's like a system prompt where you tell the LLM or the agent what it is and what it's going to do, what performance that is required from it. You might say that you are a helpful assistant that takes information A, B, and C to deliver an outcome X. So in that way, the AI knows, okay, my job is this and this, and it will not give an output that is out of the context that you have given it. Memory will help you to learn more and adapt because, again, these are different from bots. They are adaptives. They're able to utilize different tools depending on what you want and what outcome you want. And they're able to utilize different models now, models as the driving engines of these AI agents. And I'm pretty sure if you're in this video, you already know about this. So another thing I wanted to cover in this video about AI agents fundamentals before we dive in deeper into the workflows and other stuffs is that you have to understand something called agentic levels or hierarchy levels of these AI agents. And I wanted to explain this, and I'll take my time in explaining this because I think this is also something that is very important. This was actually crafted by Hugging Face, and they proposed at least 5 agentic levels, which I will explain here from the first one to the last one, so that when we go to our n8n workflows, you can see that how these flows build up on top until we have something that is concrete. So for instance here, a level 1 agentic level or agency level, we call it a simple processor. You can see here it has 1 star. So here is just like a simple bot where you put an input text, LLM processes that text, and then it gives you an output. This is level 1 of agency understanding. So if you have a text, you just put it here, it will be, well, the LLM will do its thing and just give you an output here. So this is just like normal chatbots. But let's go on the second level and see how this works. So for instance, on the second level here now, it's a little bit different. On the second level, you can see that we have 2 stars here. So here we have what we call a trigger. A trigger is what starts an action. It's what starts the flow. So now we are getting deeper. This trigger sends data to what is called an LLM, which this LLM has a system prompt to identify what to do with the data that has been sent from the trigger. Now, this trigger, the LLM, after giving out its output, it can send to a router. A router now, sometimes we call this as a switch. It can decide based on this outcome from the LLM that it should go to path A or to path B. So an example of this will be if I am making maybe a chatbot for WhatsApp or for Telegram. So the trigger could be a message sent by the user. Now, when that message is sent by the user, the LLM receives that text and it gives an output. But again, you have to understand, for instance, the output might be of 2 types, and also the input might also be of 2 types. It might be a text or it might be an audio. So here, we can define what we call a level 2 agency understanding, or that is used as router or decision maker for path A or path B. So if the answer is this, do this. If the answer is this, do that. I want to take my time as I explain these levels, and you can see as we go deeper to the 3rd level, something adds up, to the 4th level, something adds up, and to the 5th level. Because after this level, I'll be going to show you a workflow, and I will be explaining how I built that workflow on n8n and how you also can start building. And on my coming videos, I'll be explaining and actually demonstrating hands-on how to build different workflows, for instance, for customer care, how to different workflows maybe for the invoicing, all kind of application, which you guys can comment in the section below and tell me what you need or want to learn about. So as I continue here, so level 3 is a tool caller. Here, we are not dealing with any tools, but here now we are getting a little bit deeper. So again, you have your trigger here. The trigger, you have a system prompt here where it chooses what to do with the incoming input, and then it can decide based on the system prompt that you have put that for this type of data use this tool, or for this type of action use this tool. So this level is what we call a tool caller, or level 3. It's actually very basic. You can just understand them as, and I wanted to structure them like this so that you can get a clear picture of how these things are actually increasing and how these things are happening here. So level 4 is what we call a multi-step agent. Multi-step agent, what we mean is that, again, you have a trigger here, an LLM agent system prompt, tool A or tool B, which can update memory, and you have a stop function or goal list. So ideally, in here, you have now a multi-step agent. Now, what a multi-step agent is, an agent that can access different kind of tools and can update memory. Now here we have a memory input that we didn't have earlier here. But not only here, the system prompt actually governed, oh, use this tool based on this and use this tool based on this. But here we have a back and forth exchange of information between these tools until a certain goal is met, where it will terminate on what we call a stop function or goal reached function. So we will see all of this as we build these different LLMs. Sometimes we just put it as a do not do anything function. Now, level 4 is multi-agent system. Multi-agent system. Now, here is where now you have different agents working together. Now you might have an agent that is based for research purposes. You might have an agent that is for customer care purposes. You might have an agent that generates image. You might have an agent that processes invoices. And these agents, all of them can utilize different tools to do its job and return the output to what we call an LLM supervisor. An LLM supervisor here is able to communicate with all of these agents here. These agents can utilize these different tools. This tool here can be maybe, I don't know, maybe you have a Perplexity API that is doing research. Maybe you linked it to Google. Maybe you linked it to Google. Maybe you have a customer care agent and you have linked it to a voice agent or something. It could be anything. So a multi-agentic system, also all of these are linked and can access memory. All of this can access memory. Now let me just pull this like this so that you can see the difference of these all levels. So from level 5, you have this. From level 4, you have this. From level 3, you have this. From level 2, you have this, where you just from N to level 1, you have this. I hope this gives you an idea of agentic level that exists in building agents, and it gives you an idea of now the separation between what is an AI agent, what is a chatbot, and what is an AI assistant. So if now you feel more confident and then you feel like, okay, you can dive into the next stage, let's dive into the next step, where first, let me explain what are the use cases for AI agents before we dive deeper into actually explaining the workflows of these AI agents. So among the use cases of AI agents, the first one, there are a lot of AI agents that are being built out in the system or in the world right now, including those AI agents that are used by Tesla cars, or they're used by these different industries. There are no ones that some of us are building, including AI agents for customer care, employee agents, creative agents, data agents, code agents, security agents, and all other agents that you might need based on your use case. I don't even know. Everybody has their own problems, and AI agents can come to help. So yeah, and now that we have that, let's build a customer care AI agent using n8n. Now here I have, let's dive here. I have this workflow here, and I will explain this workflow, what this is. You see, the first one, what you're seeing here is I have used Google Drive, where I'm loading a file from Google Drive, and this file is called Sky Connect document. I'm loading it here where I'm fetching this file. This is one of the agent that is working on Telegram. This agent is triggered on Telegram, and I can show you what you can do with this agent on Telegram later. So for instance, and on my next videos, I'll show you actually how to build this agent here. But for now, let me explain what is happening. So let me open my drive here real quick on Google Drive. And on Google Drive, let's open this folder here called Sky Connect Docs. So on this folder, Sky Connect Docs, I have put this document here, which I am loading this document here on using this trigger node, which checks every minute if there is any new file that is coming in that document. And then I'm using this get function to get that file where, so let's learn this quickly. Let me learn this one. If I learn this, you can see that what's happening here is, let's put this, I can show you. Where is the file? Where is the file? I can show you that the name here is Sky Connect Company Overview. That's the name of the document that I am loading. So once you have all of this, we need to be able to download this file. So I'm using this is a get function for Google Drive file, where if I execute this, what I will get is a binary file that I'm able to download. Now, you have to understand something. For LLMs to be able to use something called RAG, because this is what I'm showing here is a RAG pipeline. So RAG means retrieval augmented generation, where you take a document or you take a large piece of text, and this text is going to be split into chunks of text in a vector database that is able again to be used by the LLM to give you output. And this is because if you have a large context window that is passed directly to the LLM, you are going to get very poor result. And we saw it's researchers actually realized this very early, so they realized they need to chunk the data into smaller pieces which can easily be interpreted by LLMs, but through a vector space. Now, a vector space is just this an X, Y, and Z structure that it's like this texts are in the air. So if something are mostly relatable, they are in like their own space or area. I'll show you more on the upcoming videos what I mean here, but we needed to actually, so let me learn this node here and then you can understand what I mean. So here what's happening is that if I go to this Pinecode store, which I'm using Pinecode, I've connected my account. I will show you how to set this all on the next video. You can see that I have this text, but if you click here, you can see the chunks of the document, which is this one here. So what it did, it took this entire document and split it into little chunks where it can use it to make sense of it. This stage is important because for my chatbot to actually work, for my Telegram chatbot to actually work here, what it needs is it needs to be able to utilize it needs memory. So I didn't just want to create a chatbot that answers random questions. I wanted to connect it to actually an external database that is, for instance, this could be your company, this could be your services information, FAQ information, policy and terms and condition information, anything. And to be able to do that, I needed to actually create a vector space for it and use lag method so that I'm able to actually later implement it in this chatbot here. Now, let's test this chatbot here first. Currently, there's nothing here. It's listening to something from Telegram. So if I come to Telegram here and say, hello, I should be able to receive something. You can see I received hello here. This is because it was listened from that chatbot which I have created. I will show you everything on the coming video, how I built this thing and how it works and how you can build it for yourself. But in this video, I'll just be explaining. So here I'm using a switch. The switch is able to differentiate between what a text is and what an audio is. But for the sake of this video, let me learn this first and you can see what it's doing. So what it's doing, it actually here on the text message, it took the message that I sent, that is hello, and put it here in this area. If we use tables, you can see that on the audio file, there's nothing. And then it is passing that because I am using a switch. It is realizing, okay, the flow for this is going here. So now, if we learn our AI agent, which is connected to our vector database now, Pinecone vector database that I created area here, we should be able to access our database. So what it's doing, it's first checking, okay, do I need to actually give an output here or anything? Let's see what the output. The output here, it said, hello, how can I assist you today? If you have a question about Sky Connect or anything, feel free to ask. So I give this AI agent a system prompt that is very simple actually. You are a helpful assistant. Your job is to answer the user about Sky Connect information. So if I learn this node which sends back message to Telegram and I go back to Telegram, I should be able to receive a message. So if we go back to Telegram, you can see that the message that it was created by the AI agent is here, which says, hello, how can I assist you today? If you have questions about Sky Connect or anything else, feel free to ask. Now, I want to enable something here. I want to put this as active. Putting this as active means that we can actually continuously chat with an AI chatbot here. So, let's say, tell me about Sky Connect. So if I send this, because now it's active, I should be expecting a reply from this, unless otherwise something is not working, but everything is working. So it went back and said, Sky Connect is a pioneer social enterprise dedicated to using research, technology, and innovation to address pressing challenges. Here are some key points about the organization. And it went and gave us all the key information. If I say, what is Sevia project, it will give me the information about what is Sevia. Now, I have implemented this in the Telegram chatbot because it was straight, and Telegram is very easy to set up rather than how WhatsApp takes a lot of information. But I will also share how you can create a chatbot on WhatsApp in the next videos. So if you're someone who is interested to learn about how to create agents like this and how to use external databases like this Pinecone and vector databases, I will show you everything how it works in our next videos. So if you have enjoyed this video, and if now you feel like there's something that you gained from this video, you have learned from this video, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. This is my second video. It will mean a lot to me, and until then, see you on the next one.